What's good, everybody? Arthur Sheldon here, episode 81. Sorry we had some Mondays and Wednesdays where we had to attend to some other things, but we are back now. Hopefully you guys are having a great week. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. You already know what we do here. We talk about sports and sports from the sports world and current events that are happening as well. So let's go ahead and rewind, obviously, to week 6 because, we go ahead and talk about that. We're going to talk about it briefly here just to go ahead and go through the games. Especially with the NFC North here. I was talking about, I think we both were talking that this Vikings-Bears game was going to be damn near like a Super Bowl game. Both teams obviously 1-4, trying to find their identity and what they're going to do this season. Obviously, it's only week 6, but we know with games and how critical these games are, every divisional game counts. So we can start there. Obviously, the Vikings won that one 19-13. That was kind of a grinded out game. The Vikings, Flores, and the defense did their thing to kind of go ahead and get this W in Chicago. For a Bears fan, you didn't like what happened that game due to obviously your number one quarterback coming out due to a hand injury. Then the backup coming in, who didn't play, as bad as I thought he was going to. Baggett had, was 10 for 14, 83 yards, one interception that was bad, but he came in and did what needed to be done to kind of make it a game. Kirk Cousins was 21 of 31 from the field, 181 yards, 1 touchdown. Madison had 44 yards rushing. TJ Hockenson had 6 receptions for 50 yards. I know Addison scored with a touchdown. And obviously KJ was getting the mix as well. 4 receptions for 48 yards. We're definitely going to go ahead and talk about this team later in the show due to them having that Monday night against the 49ers. But this was a good game, and this was a must-win game for the Minnesota Vikings, and this was a must-win game for both teams. But as a Bears fan right now, right, you got your number one quarterback out. You don't know when he's going to return. You're 1-5. There's obviously business decisions that have to be made right now as a Bears organization and a Bears team. So what do you think moving forward? Obviously, the Vikings, we know their situation, but really the Bears right now are in a tight position. So give me your perspective on what you think they need to do because something's got to happen here.
As far as the Bears?
Yes, just as far as the Bears. Or if you want to dive into both teams, you can as well.
No, I was just talking about I seen that Justin Fields he got hurt.
Yeah, he did like right hand or thumb or something.
Yeah, so it's like he didn't return to the game, right?
Right, didn't return.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, I think it was already over for the Bears, but I think that might have put the what does it say, icing on the cake.
Yeah.
I think that might be over for them. Obviously, the offense was just starting to get some type of cohesiveness the last 2 weeks prior, and you can't get better if you're not on the field. So if he's not on the field, the team is going to still not perform as well. He's definitely one of their best playmakers, if not the best playmaker they have, in Justin Fields. So it just don't look good for them. I mean, it looks like the season is going bad for them and like it's going to continue to go that way. They have a bunch of internal things going on in the organization. I got coach just got fired or he stepped down or something like that because of some shit that happened we don't know yet. There's players talking about they know they name is in the trade deadline, so I know there's a lot of stuff going on in that building, and that's exactly how you don't win games. Like when you have a bunch of stuff that don't have anything to do with the game that's affecting the team, y'all not gonna win. And they don't have that. They don't have a lot of era, to not like they're not that good of a team to make up for the shit that they lose now. They lack. So yeah, I think it's just over for the Chicago Bears. Honestly, shit crazy. Because I told you, before week 1, everybody feel like they can win the Super Bowl.
You got to talk about week 1. We said this when it was the summertime.
Yeah, hey.
Like it's crazy to even wrap my head around that literally they are 1-5 in their division. And they made all these moves and they are still the same Chicago Bears team.
That's not good, bro. Like
at all. That's not good at all.
Yeah, they made a lot of signings to their defense. They got a defensive coach, but their defense is not good. Um, I don't know, man. It's just Chicago, the Bears just haven't been good for a long time, man. They haven't been good since like the Urlacher days. They need to find a way to. They need to find a coach that can create a culture, create a winning culture. You know, bring back that type of vibe to Chicago because they don't have it right now.
Yeah, no, it's not looking good. Let's obviously move on to a team that obviously you know you're very familiar with. Obviously, we're still talking about Week 6 here. Just to briefly wrap this up, Detroit Lions faced Tampa Bay Buccaneers, won that 20-6. Jared Goff 30 of 44 from the field, 353 yards, throwing in 2 touchdowns. Obviously, St. Brown 12 receptions, 124 yards, 1 touchdown. That connection between those two have been on display fully these whatever week we're in. This Lions team, man, we had already talked about this, and just to go back in the summertime, that on paper and what they got going from a head coaching perspective, obviously skilled position coaches, players that are in the, that they have from all, positions from wide receiver, corner, D line, O line. I feel like they have a solid team. They have the pieces to go ahead and get them into playoff mode, deep into the playoffs. Obviously, as I know, this is only Week 6 going into Week 7, but they're 5-1 right now. They're leading the North by a couple games. I mean, they got people already saying that this is the best team in the NFC right now. And to be honest with you, I don't have any hesitance not agreeing with them. I mean, they've done everything up to this point. They've made the plays that they needed to make, in key games and key situations. I remember you said that this might be a close game. I was like, come on, you need to understand who you guys have. And they
Yeah,
show their dominance. I mean, that's a tough place to go in and win 20-6 against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who's actually playing very good in their division and very good this season. Talk to me about your Lions, man, because this is pretty good stuff that you got going on here in Detroit.
man. First off, let's shout out the defense, man. Giving 6 points in an NFL game, in an away game where you have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. You have a nice, very nice offensive line. You have a former #1 overall pick in Baker Mayfield. They can put up some points. They've won some games this year, as we can tell. But the defense, the Lions defense, man, they are very productive. They flying around, they active, they're making plays, and they're not giving up points. Like they're making the stops when they need to make the stops, and that's great right there. I think that can travel. Obviously, we know defense travels. We know how that how that saying always is, defense travels. But look at it, they just traveled away and
Right.
beat a pretty decent Buccaneers team that been playing really well this season so far. Um, Obviously Jared Goff, 30 for 44, 353 yards and 2 touchdowns. Got sacked 3 times. Like 353, 2 touchdowns. We didn't have no running game going on like that at all. Montgomery got hurt. He only had 6 carries. I think it's Craig Reynolds. He had 10 carries for 15 yards. So they probably only had like under 30 yards rushing, but 353 yards passing. Williams, he kind of got into it. He caught a deep ball for a touchdown. Um, Laporta, he's still racking in his 40 plus, yards a game and still making key plays. And he's just spreading the ball around. Like I'm looking at the receiver list. It's literally like 9 guys on here that had a catch. I think it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's 10. 10 different guys that had at least one catch. Like, that's what you want right there, man. Obviously they had they honcho back in Brown. He came in and gave you 12 catches, 124 yards and 1 touchdown. That's like the closest thing to a security blanket a quarterback can want outside of a tight end. Like St. Brown, he's a very efficient, very precise in the way he moves and run his routes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you need for a quarterback for sure. So he's always open. He's always there to make the plays when the play need to be made. Man, this Lions team is pretty good, man. There's a lot of people creeping up and saying, they think the Lions are the best team in the league now. I seen on Steven's A list on First Take. He had the Lions at number one. You feel me? Like I said, like this is the best Lions team I've seen ever. But they got to keep it going, like, cause it ain't gonna get easier, and they're not gonna catch up. They're not gonna catch people by surprise. And I'm not saying they are, because I think people know who the Lions are at this point now. Um, they just got to keep stacking them though. It's gonna get tougher and tougher every week, at least outside of their division, because their division is. I thought it was gonna be better, but it ain't.
Man.
It ain't. But we gonna see, man. I like what the Lions doing. I like where they're going. I like the environment that Dan Campbell made. Like I said, don't be surprised if the Lions in the Super Bowl, man. I've been saying it before the season. I said it before week 1. I said it. Don't be surprised, man. Do not be surprised.
Yeah, no, that's real. And then obviously just the overview now of week 6 being in the NFC North, and obviously, week 6 of playing. Lions are at number 1, 5-1. They're on a 4-game winning streak right now. Packers 2-3, 2-game losing streak. Vikings obviously 1-game winning streak due to beating the Bears, and then Bears are 1-5, and the Vikings are 2-4. A lot of football left. Within this season, there's a lot of things that can happen. I still feel and believe that the NFC North is still going to be probably one of those top dominant divisions coming out of this year. Granted, I know that's only week 6, but I think these teams, especially 2 of them, I don't know. I've been trying to give the Bears, but I mean, you're 1-5 right now. But I know Packers and Vikings are definitely going to be in that hunt to chase the Lions. Or I could be wrong where it might be all 3 teams, but just the way play's been with the Bears, and obviously, I mean, I know what the Vikings have, the Packers have, but you never know. But that's just my analogy on it. But that's where we're standing at in the NFC North. And then let's move on, obviously, over to the games previous this week. Let's go ahead and start with the Monday night game. Dallas Cowboys versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Cowboys won that one 20-17. Dak Prescott was 21 of 30 from the field, 272 yards passing and 1 touchdown. Also was a leading rusher as well with 7 carries, 40 yards and 1 touchdown. And CeeDee Lamb, it was good to see him kind of get back in action. Had 7 receptions for 117 yards. Made a couple key third downs, couple of deep plays, couple of deep balls. It was doing his thing. And then obviously Chargers lost this one, but Justin Herbert was 22 of 37 from the field, 227 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Austin Eckler had 14 carries for 27 yards. Keenan Allen was 7 for 85, 1 touchdown. This was a good game, to be honest. When I was watching it, it was going back and forth. I didn't really know who was going to go ahead and win this game, to be honest with you. But then obviously just vividly what remembers, and obviously we can move on. I think it was like a opportunity for the Chargers to come down and win the game, or an opportunity to score. Third down, Peterson comes in, gets a sack, boom. That's third down or something like that. Now they got to go for it. And then obviously Gilmore with that pick at the end. Unreal play by him. Basically just bullied him out the way. Johnson, who was a rookie wide receiver for the Chargers, got knocked off his route, but then basically Gilmore went ahead and sealed the deal. So it was good defense that went ahead and won that for the Dallas Cowboys. This is a good win for them, being 4-2. And I had told you this as well. I think right now, I think the ties are turning to where it's like, oh, it's the same old Cowboys, the same old team. I think the Cowboys, after this game, playing like-minded opponent in the Los Angeles Chargers, because they are the same type of team when it comes to like, oh, paper they look good, but we get the same old play. We get the same old team that doesn't do what needs to be done on third downs. We get the same type of quarterback boneheaded plays and guys not doing what they need to do to go ahead and get over that hump. I think what we say about the Dallas Cowboys is now what we're about to start saying about the Chargers. And the reasons why I say that is because it's the same thing every year with them. They got Herbert normally always being an MVP candidate going head into the season. The defense is supposed to do this, that, and the third. Granted, yes, I know this is, one game, but this game showed me a lot about what I think Dallas is going to be and what I think the Chargers are always going to be. And I think those ties have changed to where, Prescott is actually willing and trying to go ahead and do what needs to be done to help win in certain situations in key games. This game, prime example, quarterback battle, he won that. If you really want my honest opinion about that, not granted that he won, but he was making the right decisions in the right plays.
You talking about Dak?
Yeah. So long story short of what I'm trying to say here is that Chargers in a world full of hurt, especially being in their division. And I think the Cowboys are definitely going to have a good regular season this year, but we shall see what happens in the playoffs for them. So what do you think about this situation? Or do you think that I'm just talking bull jive and they're still both the same teams?
I'm gonna stay away from the Cowboys. I don't want to keep going at them. I'm gonna just wait, till they continue to the season continue to prolong to look at the Cowboys. I don't want to keep bashing them every week or anything like that. I want to continue to see them get better. Because if I'm bashing somebody, bro, I'm really just talking shit to see if I want you to be better.
Right.
And shit, that's what coaches do. I didn't have hella coaches talk shit to me, but they just want you to be better. But they might say it a different way. You might not like it. It's all right, bro. I don't wish nothing bad on you. I'm really trying to bring out that greatness in you. If it's there, it ain't there in everybody. But I'm gonna go on to the Chargers. This might be one of the most overrated fucking teams in the last few years ever, bro. Like,
I would say ever since Herbert got drafted, this has been the most hypest team.
bro, it's like, how good is Herbert, bro? I think I'm to the point where I was making this quarterback list. I was making like the top 10 quarterbacks. And I think I had him around like 5 or 6. And I don't believe he's there. But, the whole world wants to like put him there. And I'm just like, bro, I don't know if he's the top 5 quarterback. I don't care how far you can throw the ball. I don't care about none of that shit. Bro, you a quarterback, bro, you have to win, bro. You have to play to win. Like, I don't care if you could roll out all the way to the right and throw the ball 70 yards all the way over to the left. Like, yeah, that's impressive, but bro, if you ain't playing to win, then that shit ain't really that impressive.
Right.
You feel me? It's like the first quarter you can come out and you can shoot 5 threes in the first quarter, but when we need you to make that shit happen in the fourth, you ain't doing that shit. I don't care what you do in the first quarter if you ain't doing that shit in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And I just don't know about Herbert. I think he's a quarterback. I think he is an NFL quarterback for sure. But I don't know how great he is. I don't know if he's even great at this point. Because he has a lot of games where he loses games. He's lost a lot of games. And I ain't just saying like it's been all on him. But when teams win, they put it on the quarterback. When teams win, they point right back to the quarterback and be like, this is why they winning, because of the quarterback. So they losing. I'm going to wonder, like, bro, why y'all not making it to the playoffs? Like, I know y'all division tough, but y'all division really ain't that tough. It's just the Chiefs in there. You can make the playoffs as a second seed from in your division. Why haven't y'all been in the playoffs the last few years? Are we going to continue to blame this shit on the defense, Brandon Staley, all of this because I think he got a straight squad. They signed Josh Jackson a couple years ago. That was a good pickup at that time. They drafted Asante Samuel Jr. They signed Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa. They got a number one offensive lineman on their team that's pretty fucking dope. Derwin James in the back end. They had signed like Callahan as a nickel guy that was pretty fucking good from the Broncos. So they had pieces. They had a lot of pieces that you could win
Yes.
with.
Over the years, though, it ain't like it was just this year or last year. Like over the years.
Yeah. Ever since Herbert been a quarterback, they've had that squad.
Yes.
Even before Herbert was a quarterback, I think they still had Khalil Mack. They had him for like a year or something before that. But they had them guys for that whole time. So when are we gonna start looking at Herbert like, bro, can you win? Let's stop looking at his stats and how far he can throw the ball. Because I expect you to be able to throw the ball if you're an NFL quarterback. Let's talk about can you win now? Because they're not winning games. They're not even making it to the playoffs. I'm not about to sit here and keep putting that shit on the coaches. I know sometimes it do be coaches and things like that, but you gotta sometimes you gotta outshine your coach. You gotta outdo your coach. You feel me? You gotta outplay your coach's plays. So I just think that's just something that need to be talked about. Like how good is Justin Herbert for real? We need to like really put him, break his game down and see like, is he really a top 5 quarterback in the league? I don't think so. He might be teetering on that 10, but you got to win, bro, to be a top 5 quarterback. I don't care how far you can throw the damn ball. You got to be a winner, bro. And I'm not going to say he not a winner, bro, but I'm not going to say he is either. So that's just why I'm going to leave it at that with that. Like, you lose a game at home, bro, to the Cowboys. You lose a game in your own backyard. A game that you should win. Your offensive coordinator was their offensive coordinator last year. You got an offensive coordinator now. You feel me? You got an offensive coordinator now. He almost got a head coaching job. So you got a guy that can really call plays. And that's young, damn near. I think Kellen Moore young. He like what, 30, 35?
Yeah,
Not
he
I
ain't
don't even
old.
think he that old. So I think dog gotta play better. But we'll see.
No, right. Which I mean, just to look at some of the games here. Obviously, the first game against the Dolphins lost at home. That's a key component, but lost only by 3.
So we gotta win by 3. Like
True. Like
the
you
fuck?
gotta all these close games that I'm seeing here, they really should have lost against the Vikings too. Here, to be honest, he threw a lot of boneheaded plays. Just literally, cornerbacks couldn't catch the ball. But yeah, no, I'm right with you with that, man. Like I really want to. There's really no like. We'll see. Like that's what I get when I think of him. I think of Herbert. We'll see. Like I would love to put him in there because I see a lot of great glimpses of him doing that. I see him making throws, tight windows. You see it, but it's like, where's the consistency of winning? Right. That's what it comes down to. So we shall see what happens with that. Be tuned out for those guys and all that good stuff. But that was um, the Monday night game. And then obviously the Thursday night game yesterday, Jacksonville Jaguars versus New Orleans Saints. Jaguars won that 31-24. Trevor Lawrence was 20-29 from the field, 204 throwing for 1 touchdown, was also running as well on a bad knee. Trevor Lawrence doing what needs to be done to will his team to a victory, which I like to see. Was 8 carries for 59 yards. And then Christian Kirk, obviously 6 receptions for 90 yards and 1 touchdown. I think we all saw what he did to Tyrann Mathieu in the slot there. Boom, 1 in, 1 out, double move, and turned the Jets on to go ahead and score. This is a great win for the Jacksonville Jaguars, especially where they're trying to go on their new identity. I'm liking what this ball club is doing. They got pieces as well. They got a great defense. You saw that when they needed to make plays on 4th down. Boneheaded play that made no sense to me that the Saints did in shotgun on 4th and 1 and then hand the ball off. Like literally, D-line was already back in the backfield, and it was just like, come on, you got to make the right plays to go ahead and put yourself in a position. No, I take that back. It was the Jaguars. They were in shotgun, and they went in and did that, and the Saints stopped them. But vice versa, this was a really good game to watch, actually, on a Thursday night. I'm not going to lie. Both defenses were playing at a high level. Offenses were making plays. And I realistically, New Orleans should actually won this game, if you really want me to be honest with you. It was just opportunities not made. Derek Carr, granted, he threw for 300 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Alvin Kamara was doing his thing as well, literally catching and running the ball, 17 carries, 62 yards, 12 receptions for 91 yards. This is a divisional game, isn't it?
Mm-mm.
No, it's not.
No, they in that.
Yeah,
Jags.
no, it's not. I thought I got them mixed up. But all in all, this was a good win for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What do you think about this game, or if you did watch or not, or what sticks out to you when you see this score, or when you see these teams that are playing together, wins, losses? Talk to me about that.
I remember talking about the Saints before the season. I was like, I wonder how Derek Carr is gonna like play for them, right? Derek Carr is just a guy, bro. Derek Carr. I was watching it. I watched the game last night. I watched it, and I was just watching him like do dumb shit.
Yeah,
Bro, I think, bro, Derek Carr had to be. He had been in the league for damn near 10 years. It got to be around 10 years. Bro, that offense looked so trash, bro. That offense looked bad. They was down 24-6, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say the Saints was supposed to win that game because they was literally fucking losing. Like, they couldn't convert a third down conversion at all. They were literally getting strapped on third down, and he was missing throws, throwing it to the ground. All he was throwing was check downs to everybody. A ball was not pushed down the field at all. He didn't push the ball down the field at one time. Then I seen the one time he pushed the ball down the field and 12 stopped on the route or whatever, and he was mad. I'm like, bro, I get it. Like, you still want 12 to, run, even though the motherfucker's in bail and he ain't no way you gonna throw me the ball. I'm not gonna get past him. You feel me? That's probably what he think. Now, I wouldn't tell 12 to stop running. I wouldn't say stop running just because he in front of you. No, don't stop running.
Right,
But that was a stupid ass throw anyway. Like, you literally see him in bail. The corner is bailing all the way back. He ain't paying attention to no double move. You can't double move a motherfucker that ain't paying attention to the receiver.
right,
You can't. And then you just throw the ball up and you throw the ball out of bounds and you mad and you yelling at him and shit like that. But ain't nobody talking about that. But they'll talk about they'll talk about Stephon Diggs when he got something to say on the sideline because he want the ball, or he was wide open and the quarterback overthrew him. But when the quarterback show you up he showed him up on the field, bro. Like, you can't do that, bro. I just don't think Derek Carr is that good of a quarterback. I think he's just all right. And you can get away with that sometimes in the league, just being all right as at a quarterback. I never really thought Derek Carr was good, bro. Like, no matter what, because just don't win. He find ways. It's certain quarterbacks that find ways to lose games, bro. It's certain quarterbacks in the league, bro, that find ways to lose games. Because the more you ask them to throw the ball, the worse that shit gonna be.
right,
And you need a quarterback that can throw the ball. But then you think you got one in Derek Carr, and it's like, this offense looked just as bad as it did last year with Jameis and Taysom Hill. It looked the same, bro. It don't look no different. He didn't come over there and elevate shit. Nothing. It don't look like he made it easier for nobody he ain't making it easier for none of them because he's just a guy. That's why his offseason interest wasn't that big. Because remember, he could have signed to the Jets
yeah,
way before Aaron Rodgers, but they was like, no, we gonna wait on Aaron. Even if we don't get Aaron, we still waiting because we don't want you, bro.
right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that was only one team. I think he went to one team. He went to the Jets and the Saints. I think that was the only two teams he went to.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody else was interested like that. If other teams were interested, they would have went and got him. I think it was a good game, man. I like the running back from the Jaguars, ETN. He nice, bro. He he can catch the ball out the backfield. He can run the ball downhill. He got a long stride, speed type of run. He can make plays. I like Christian Kirk. I like Evan Ingram. I like the weapons that the Jaguars have. Honestly, they are a real balanced offense. They have some playmakers on the offense. So I like what they're doing, bro. I like what they're doing. I want to see Trevor Lawrence continue to play better and get better and get better and get better. But I think that'll come with time. But it was a good game though. But I think the team that won was supposed to win. Then
No,
my man dropped the damn ball in the corner of the end zone. Yes, he dropped the ball on third down, and then they turn back and throw a fade on
man,
fourth and goal.
a
Like what the
fade
fuck?
ball.
A fade. But to get the 2-point conversion, did you see when they scored? It was 22-21. I mean 22-24. The 2-point conversion was like a rub play between the running back and the. They ain't do nothing crazy. They gonna drop back and try to throw a fade to Olave. That motherfucker, I don't even think he's 6 foot.
Not at
It's like,
all.
what are y'all doing, bro? Like, that was stupid. But I don't know. I just think the Saints, bro. I think they underachieving right now. I think their defense tired of carrying this team. Their defense been carrying this team for a long time. I think the defense getting tired, and I don't know, man. We're gonna see.
No, we're gonna see for sure. But that was Monday night and Thursday night football. Obviously, that's the week 7. Excuse me, rolling into week 7. This Thursday night game. Uh, Obviously, with the NFC North, there's some games as well. I know we talked about week 6, but obviously there's going to be some games this weekend as well. This will be a good test. Let's go ahead and hop right into it and going into week 7 here. Your Detroit Lions versus the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. That's going to be a good, nice little, probably cold game. Hopefully it doesn't rain, but that'll be a good matchup. Lamar, obviously, versus Jared Goff. Wide receivers as well. What are you looking for this team here? You know, on this run that they're 5-game winning streak. You look at this team when you watch them. I feel like they do everything right, everything to not beat themselves on the offensive and defensive end. So, what do you think that this game here is going to have to, you know, obtain for the Lions to go ahead and win this game?
I mean, in order for the Lions to win this game, I think Jared Goff is gonna have to make plays because they're gonna be out. Montgomery, he's not going to be there, and he's the workhorse on the backfield. Gibbs is coming back from an injury. I don't think he's played the last couple weeks. So, and it's on the road. A lot of teams don't really run the ball that well on the road. So I think Jared Goff is going to have to, if they're going to win, it's going to be because of him. It's going to be because of him finding his weapons, converting third down plays. And the Ravens got a thing with not finishing the fucking drill. They got a thing with that. They are willing to give up some plays. If you watch the Ravens, they're gonna keep that door open like a motherfucker because they don't know how to put teams away. So I would look forward for Jared Goff. He's gonna have to win this game because they're not gonna like I said last game he was 30 for 44, 353 yards. He's gonna have to probably do that shit again. And it's gonna be tough because it's gonna be in Baltimore. Playing in Baltimore, that shit crazy there. It's crazy live. It's loud. That's a crazy atmosphere for sure. Um, that's what I would say with that. In order for the in order for Lamar and the Ravens to win, I would say they have to establish a running game. They're gonna have to I don't think the Lions is gonna fold and give it to them. So I think they're gonna keep their foot on it. Like the Ravens are gonna have to win this game. It's not gonna get lost by the Lions. I fucking love that. The fact that I just said that. ain't losing games no more. Like,
Man, like you're actually changing your whole vocabulary when it comes to the Lions now.
bro, you gotta go in there and win. Like, you gotta actually win now. You can't just walk in there and be
Right.
like, "Oh, man, the Lions, this is a game we gonna eat on." No. And then like I said, they just went on the road and gave up 6 points, not even a touchdown to a team that can score points. We've watched Mike Evans catch the ball up and down the field. Chris Godwin up and down the field. We watched it. So I would think Lamar would have to have a day. I would think they would have to establish a running game because they passing game still not that impressive. They have to establish a running game though. They have to be able to run the ball, hand the ball off in the backfield, and run the fucking ball. Like they have to. So we gonna see. I think it's gonna be that's gonna be one of them games though. I'm tuned into that game. I know that of course it's gonna be on TV. I'm here. So I'm gonna be tuned into that game. It's gonna be a physical game. I don't hope it rain or nothing, but shit, it's Baltimore. If it do, it do. If it don't, it don't. I don't give a damn if it do or if it don't. Football still got to get played because that's what it is. So I'm gonna be tuned in for that live game. I think it's gonna be a good one for sure.
No, absolutely. That one's at noon, and then the next one that still stays in the NFC North here, we got the Packers versus the Denver Broncos at 325. This is a big game for the Packers. Obviously, coming off that loss, kind of need to reboot and rebounce back. On track to go ahead and be in 3-3. This is going to be another big, crucial game, especially for Jordan Love. I think the Jordan Love versus Wilson battle is definitely going to be in full effect. I think for the Packers to go ahead and win this one, we need to establish some type of a running game. I'm preaching to the same choir when I talk about the Packers, but we need to go ahead and be able to go ahead and move the football running wise, being able to open play action pass and doing what needs to be done for Love to go ahead and dissect the defense. We need Matt LaFleur to be calling the correct plays on third down, and especially for Love to get going. And then the big thing is our defense. We need to go ahead back and need to be on lock. And we need to get off the field on third down. So we need obviously Gay to get in there. We need Clark to manage the middle. And obviously we need Smith to go ahead and be our third down specialist to get us off the field. I think this is going to be a good game, regardless of what you see record-wise, 2-3, 1-5. Yes, I know Denver Broncos are going through what they're going through, but they are at home. They still do have Sean Payton in that offense. They still got Wilson that's been in the mix for a long time. And they have a steady defense and a good corner, obviously, Surtain, that's still there. So we just need to go ahead and run the football. We need to make this just – I would like to see, obviously, Jordan Love throw for over 300 yards, but he needs to obviously not throw any interceptions, need to manage the game. And Matt LaFleur needs to go ahead and manage it as well. But he needs to make the right decisions. Guys need to make plays on third down on both sides. And for the Broncos, I mean, right now we already know 1-5. They're still a good football team from a Broncos fan perspective. Still a long season, but this will be a good stepping stone if you would go ahead and beat the Packers at home. What obviously I don't want to happen. But that's what I think what needs to go down with the Packers. You'll definitely hear me and James talk about that before the game starts. So be tuned into that this weekend as well. But we got the Packers for sure. And then moving on over to the Monday night game, staying in the NFC North, we have the Minnesota Vikings versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee. 49ers coming in 5-1. Minnesota Vikings 2-4, coming off a win against, obviously, the Bears. To be honest with you, brother, I don't bet against, obviously, the 49ers. Nor, yes, I have a soft spot for the Minnesota Vikings. But I really think that this Monday night game, granted, I know that the defense and the offense, from a 49ers perspective, are probably one of the best in the NFL, if not top three in each category. This game can be very ugly, or this game could actually be a game. Talk to me on this game and what you see from both perspectives when it comes to seeing these two teams playing each other, but also obviously what the 49ers can do, and what the Vikings are in right now situation-wise with JJ out and all that. So talk to me about this game and what you're expecting to see. And maybe be seeing some miracles as well, maybe if it does happen to where the Vikings go ahead and win this one.
Yeah, I mean, McCaffrey may be out. He's dealing with an injury that he suffered last week and he didn't return to the game. Debo may be out. So that's two of your most dynamic players probably gonna be out on your team. So that ain't gonna help you. You know, but their defense is gonna be there, still doing their thing. And you keep telling me about how the Vikings O line is not that good. And they going up against literally one of literally the best defensive lineman in the game, and that's Nick Bosa. So good fucking luck,
Literally.
because he might wreck this whole game. And I ain't gonna lie to you, especially knowing that the Vikings don't have a running game like that, so they're gonna pass the ball. And man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. This shit can get ugly. But like you said, it can get ugly or it can be a game. I'm gonna move towards, I don't know, man. I just know the 49ers are a great 49ers are a great team, bro. They just took an L last week. They underestimated the team going into their arena and they lost that game. I'm sure they're not gonna walk into this motherfucker like, oh, it's the Vikings, they won and whatever, and JJ's not playing and they don't really know if they playing for, this season still. They ain't gonna do that no more. They're not gonna overlook nobody. They did that shit last week and they lost. They're not gonna do that this week. So it's gonna be tough. After I feel like Shanahan, I feel like he might turn up even more after a loss, and like he might be like more like attention to detail based with the whole team, and with practice and with how he's gonna execute his game plan and get his team to execute the game plan as well. So I think the 49ers win for sure. I think it's more of a defensive game though from the 49ers. Like I think the defense probably score a touchdown.
Yeah.
I think Bosa ruins his game though. I think he has a 2 to 3 sack day, couple TFLs, some hurries, some he gonna have a stat line. That's what I feel. Um, I mean, 'cause like you said, if they ain't got nobody to block, bro, you can't hide. You can't hide on
No,
that line.
no, you
If
can't.
if 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 you can't block over here, I'm gonna put him over here. If you can't block over here, I'm gonna put him over here. If both of y'all can't block, I'm gonna pick the side I want to fucking go to, and it's gonna be a wrap. So good luck, Vikings, for real.
Yeah, no, realistically, what I was thinking about this game, if there's any slight chance of the Vikings winning this one,
Mm-hmm.
obviously last weekend we saw what Flores did with that defense and making plays down the end. But the biggest thing is, I think, when it comes to it, because their defense has been playing good. Their D line has been playing very good the past 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Ever since they started, when they won, well, a close one against obviously the Bears when they went ahead and won that one. But the game previous to that, I forget which game it was. D line was active, so their defense is playing well from that perspective.
You talking about
Obviously,
the Vikings?
yes,
That's because they probably settling down. I mean, they didn't have what 5 was it? It was 6 games, 7 games.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they didn't have a nice amount of time to like play through that defense and
Right,
learn through it and add through it. Like it's different, bro. Practice is different. You can do all that shit in practice all you want to, but doing it in the game
right,
and then coming back and correcting it and doing it again and correcting it, they growing into the defense now because it ain't. Bro, he don't have a bad defense. Like that shit might be confusing. It
but
make
that
it
it works, bro.
huh?
It works for sure.
He probably confuse everybody, but he be having he had motherfuckers playing hard for sure. So that's why I say his defense is gonna grow. Is gonna grow onto the organization. Like he's definitely one of a brilliant mind on defense for sure.
Right. And then with that, I think if they have that taken care of, granted, it's going to be one-on-one battles. Obviously, they have Debo out. They got the running back out. So you're going to get obviously backup guys in there, but obviously Ayuka is still there. Number one wide receiver. Kittle's still there as well, but guys are going to have to make plays. And if you've seen this whole season for the Vikings, that's been the problem. That's been another Achilles heel of the Vikings. Guys not making plays in the back end when they need to make the plays. To go ahead and put the ball in the offensive hand to have them have an opportunity to go ahead and score. But I think realistically, if the Vikings want to win this game, the offense has to go ahead and like you said with Nick Bosa, they have to obtain Nick Bosa and they have to make plays. They have to score the ball. Like whenever they're on the field, they have to get points, regardless if it's 3. You really don't want a field goal. You really want touchdowns, but you have to literally score every time you're on the field to give yourself an opportunity to win this game. And if you have an opportunity to go ahead and go up in this game, you need to do that.
It's easier said than done.
Exactly.
Especially best player on the on your team.
Exactly.
Good luck.
And I know that's a lot to say, but realistically, I think if they have any opportunity, defense does what needs to be done and just try to hold or make key stops, key plays, key turnovers, key sacks. But that offense has got to score every time they touch the field.
Yeah.
This game. Like, you can't put it in the defense's hands. You can't do that. You can't put it, special teams like this. From right now on, this point on, if the Vikings want to do anything to go ahead and get them in position to go ahead and get in the playoffs or be top of the NFC North, they have to rely on their offense to go ahead and have them score points.
Okay, if they win on Sunday, who is it? Who the reason why they win?
Who are the reasons?
One person.
One person. If they want to win this game, the one person that's going to have to go ahead and absolutely snap, because there's really no one. I wouldn't say not looking over. I think what I'm going to say, I think KJ Osborne, if he has a monster game, like if he has a game where saying Colts game, where he had like 100-some yards when JJ was out, getting the ball when he was in there, if they can somehow incorporate him to go ahead and get a lot of touches, because KJ is a very good wide receiver, and he can make plays. And when he gets going, especially being in the game, what we've seen, we need to bring that forward. And you saw what he did last week, gotten 4 receptions for 48 yards, getting back in a groove. Obviously, as JJ's is out, but we saw last year what he did when coming in doing needs to be done. I think that's one guy. Because I expect Kirk to be Kirk. Kirk's going to go ahead and throw the football. I have no problem with that. But I think KJ Osborne is going to be the X factor of this game. And if he has a monster game, they're going to have a very good opportunity and a very good chance to win this football
game. Okay.
But they got to get that guy going for sure. Like, they have to get him in line where he can get comfortable. And I think with Addison, you just need to go ahead and take the top off with him like they normally have been. And obviously TJ Hawkinson's that was like really a lot of guys that I could put on there, but that's one guy specifically. But everyone's got to bring their shit this game because you're playing the 49ers. They don't play on defense, and they come downhill, and they will smack you in the mouth. So you need to go ahead and be ready to play for however long a game is now, 48 minutes or whatever the hell. So that's my little partake on that. But, yeah, that's the NFL. Obviously, we're going to have the picks in probably Sunday morning, or if not Saturday morning. Obviously, we have been doing that, loving the feedback. I think, Lip, what are you about what? Right above 500?
Man, hey.
Because I'm damn near in and out. So I don't be doing it. I'll be mainly having you, obviously, with your picks and stuff. But I know you got to be at least 10 wins above.
What? I'm 50. I'm 54 and 37.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm 1-0 last night. I picked the Jags.
Love it.
So we 55 and 37.
Love that. But that's obviously going to come, via social media, all that good stuff. So be tuned for that. NFL, when it comes to that, NFL scores and what we think who's going to win and all that good stuff. Let's go briefly over college football here. A lot of big games, week 7, especially from where we are and where we rank from. We can go ahead and just get it out the way. Michigan State. Let me see here, and I think it's this week, right? Or am I tripping?
No, it's this week.
It is this week, huh? So we don't even need to say the team.
Yep, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, 6:30, Michigan versus Michigan State at Michigan State. Black uniforms. I don't care about any other game besides this game. I don't care about no no matter the outcome of this season of what it's going to be. If I don't see guys flying around to the football, guys making plays every down, we're going to have some problems. Because this game means a lot to a lot of people in Michigan. And it's not just Michigan State fans. It's more Michigan State fans than Michigan fans. Michigan fans, you guys be tuned in as well to this as well. So I don't want to hear the whole, it's been years, it's been this. No, you guys know that this game is important as well. Or if you wouldn't be, not having as much pride as we take this game or every other game that we play. But this one obviously is a little bit more extra. But I'm excited for this one, man. I definitely want to see us go ahead and come out and do what needs to be done. Obviously, yes. Do I want us to win? 100%. And that's never going to change. Never will. But I'm excited to see what these guys bring. I want to see the energy for real. I want to see guys flying around. I want to see guys not worrying about nothing but themselves and beating their man one-on-one. We saw glimpses of it last week. I loved what I saw last week. We just needed to finish. From a defensive perspective, obviously from an offense, obviously we're having a new quarterback, number 12. And what's his name? Is it Hauser? No, what am I saying?
Was it Kate Hauser?
Kate Hauser. This will be a great game for him to go ahead and get his feet wet and make a name for himself. Go ahead and throw for over 200 yards and rush the ball as well. I really think we definitely can go ahead and give a game and win this one for sure. Granted, yes, I know Michigan's number 2. I'm not worried about that. I am definitely ready to see, us do what needs to be done to put us in a position to go ahead and win this game. What are your thoughts about this, briefly, and then we're gonna move on to some other ones.
Like you said, man, this is the game I'm tuned into, man. Like I said, I don't care how the season been going or how it's gonna go after that. I mean, I care, but I'm talking
Right,
about
we all care.
I want to win this game. I want to win this game. I just want to beat their ass. I mean, yeah, they number 2, but they don't look that dominant. I'm gonna be real with you. They don't look that dominant. They ain't played nobody. They don't schedule no out of the conference games where like other schools do. They've scheduling fucking Chattanooga, West Academy, all these fucking sorry ass schools they be, trying to just beat up on and give them a check and tell them to go home. Um, yeah, I think they weak like that, bro. I just want to win, bro. Go out there in the black unis and whoop their ass. I don't think Michigan State has ever had black unis ever. So it's like, let's go do it, bro. Go make it happen, man. I'm throwing that uniform. And when they get in the stadium, lock the door behind their ass, bro, and don't let them get out. Don't let them get out until they take that L back to the crib with them.
Facts.
So I'm tuned in, man. Go green, baby. I'm tuned in. Let's go.
No, we're locked in for sure. And that one's at 6:30. And then obviously some other games as well. Penn State versus Ohio State. That'll be a great one to wake up to at 11 a.m. I'm not saying I get up at 11 a.m. I'll be up before that watching that. So that one's at 11 o'clock. And then after that, Tennessee versus Alabama at 2:30. That should be a good game. And then obviously we already talked about Michigan versus Michigan State at 6:30. And then at 7, for all of my West Coast people, USC faces Utah, which will be a very good game
Yeah.
at USC. Coming off that loss USC did last week. Utah is a team that definitely is going to come in and try to beat you by double digits, and they have the team to do that. So that'll be a good game. And that's really what I'm looking at, obviously from a college football standpoint. Um,
Duke and Florida State gonna be a good one too.
oh yes, absolutely. 6:30 as well when Michigan State's playing Duke versus Florida State.
I think that's gonna be a good game.
16 versus a 4. Florida State's definitely unreal right now. That'll be a good one. There's a lot of great football on Saturday, so hopefully you got a multiple, or if you got YouTube, I think you can do like multiple screens. Hopefully you can watch all these games at once. But that's from a college football perspective. Before we take these great people out to a weekend, talk to me, brother. What you got on your mind?
Hey, basketball season is here. Preseason is
It
damn
is.
near over. So it's a lot of great teams in the NBA right now. It's probably say like, oh, it's probably like 8 teams. I'm telling you, remember how we always say, everybody can win a championship. Oh, this team got that much better. Oh, look at this lineup over here. Oh, look at these guys over here. All right, it's time to play now. So we gonna see after about 20 games. I think around Christmas there'll probably be around like 27 games around that time. You're gonna be able to see what type of teams you have. So I'm excited to see, man. I'm excited to see how the Boston Celtics look. I'm excited to see how Miami look. I think they're gonna still be a bad team until you get to the playoffs. I just don't think they play that well throughout the regular season until they get to the playoffs. And I don't think they're as deep as people think they are. I don't think Bam scored enough points to be that dope. I don't think they have enough scoring. They should have went out and tried to get. They should have really went and got Dame. If they should have really went and got him, bro. They should have really went and tried to get a guy that can score the ball. Because I'm not expecting Jimmy Butler to drop 30 points a game during the regular season. He's never been that. Never in his fucking career. He's never been a 25-point scorer in his career at all. So they need points. I'm excited to see what the Bucks look like. They got some new faces and new places. You feel me? They got some. Damn, I'm excited to see what that look like. I want to see how the Nuggets bounce back. They just won a championship. Ain't nobody thinking about them and shit. Let's see how they play. The Suns. Let's see how that three play. KD, D Book, and Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal playing the point guard. Playing the point guard for the first time in his career. I don't know why people think that shit is gonna work. Like you just, I don't know, bro. But I don't know, bro. Whatever. We gonna see how that shit work. I would like to see Kevin Durant on the ball more. I ain't even gonna lie. I would like to see the offense run through him a little bit more, and stop having him just sit in the fucking mid range and just shoot mid ranges all day. Like, no, bro, come off the pick and roll and pass that motherfucker. Come off the pick and roll and shoot. Like he taking away so much of his game because he don't really want to control the ball. But who am I? It's Kevin Durant and I am me. I don't know shit. Um, Lakers, you already know I'm with the Lakers all day. I'm ready to see what the Clippers look like. Ready to see what the Clippers look like. Ready to see how Jordan Poole, how many is he gonna average 30 this year? I think Dog can average 30 this year. I think he should average 30 this year. Real talk. I think he's gonna have all the freedom to shoot any fucking shot he wanna shoot. And I think he can make them. Like I said, I'm excited to see the basketball, man. The Thunder, Victor Wembanyama, hey, that motherfucker that motherfucker good, bro. That 7'4" unicorn, damn alien, bro. He can hoop. Like he's gonna win. I was thinking about this. I'm thinking like I was thinking yesterday, like, damn, how many defensive MVPs is he gonna win? He probably gonna win about 5 or 6. I don't even know what the record is. Who got the most defensive MVPs? I know Ben Wallace got like 3 or 4 of them. I know Dwight Howard got like a few of them. It got to be probably either one of those. I think they either got 3 or 4. He gonna beat that. He gonna win multiple defensive MVPs, and he's gonna win. He's gonna win an MVP within the next 3 years. Before he signed that contract extension, that's gonna be for damn near $700 million. At that point, he's gonna win an MVP. I don't think he's gonna win it this year, but he's gonna be in that motherfucking talks next year for MVP. And then the year after that, He gonna win it either next year or the year after that. He gonna win the MVP one of those years. I just think he that good. So, and I think he want to win. Like you can tell, like you can look at that motherfucker and tell if they want to win, bro. You can look, and he got that look. Like I ain't come over here just to have fun and shit. I came over here to fucking ball. And he said that. I remember he said that in his little interview. He's like, "No, I hope they ready to win. I want to win, and I'm ready to win."
What's
And
up
now
with
you
the
looking at
voice?
him, and it's like, bro, he really ready to win, bro. These motherfuckers out here playing. He ready to win for real. And people gonna want to come and play with him in San Antonio. So, whew, NBA is here, man. Tuned in, locked in.
No, absolutely. It's going to be fun to watch. Obviously, with the NBA starting, we got NFL as well. It's a great time having football and NBA started at the same time. So, man,
Who
y'all.
one more thing, because this I'm gonna lead you to this.
Okay.
Who your MVP in the NFL right now so far?
NFL MVP.
Yep.
Um,
And then who your preseason MVP for basketball?
right now, I'm going to go ahead and say TJ Watt.
Mm,
And then NBA preseason MVP. I'm going with Giannis Antetokounmpo.
okay. Okay.
And the reasons, real briefly, TJ Watt is unreal right now. He's playing crazy. He has damn near 10 sacks in 6 weeks. And it's a very long season. He might be on pace to hit 30.
Shit.
But listen, like, how crazy is that? We've never said from a DN position in this game to possibly have 30 sacks. Because it's not just him that's going crazy. There's multiple guys that are going crazy right now. Hunter's going crazy. Crosby. Those guys are literally flirting at 10 sacks right now, and it is only week 6.
What's the record? I think the record is what, like 23, 22? I think Michael Strahan had like 22, 23.
Yeah,
Because
something like that. Sorry. 30 might be a lot, but you get what I'm trying to say is that
no,
they are
I get
literally
what you're saying.
balling.
I mean, shit. Hey, bro, Khalil Mack has 6 sacks in one game. Who said
Right.
one of them guys can't have 6 sacks in one game or have 6 sacks in 2 games? That's 12
Right.
damn sacks. I mean, shit, he can have two. He can have two. He can average 2 sacks for the rest of the season a game.
Right.
What
Yeah,
is
no,
he?
Michael Strahan has it.
What,
22
22?
and a half. Yep, 22 and a half.
And TJ Watt had got close to. I think he had hit like 21 and a half
Yep.
at
He
one time.
he hit he hit the same thing in 2021.
Oh, he hit 22 and a half?
Yeah, 2021 he had 22 and a half.
Oh, so he got 10 right now, and it's only 6. It's only been 6 games,
Yep.
so they got 11 more games.
He gonna
And
get that for sure.
yeah, if he just had 2 sacks for 11 games, if he had 2 sacks a game, that's 22. That's 32. Shit. I mean, I think he can get to 25. I think he
Yes.
can break it.
25 for sure. He's gonna break the record. He's
Especially
breaking the record.
thinking about like how much motherfuckers passing the ball now. Back when Michael Strahan, they wasn't passing the ball like that, like
They
they
were
is
running
now.
the ball downhill every time.
And he still had 20.
That's crazy.
That's crazy as fuck.
He had 22 and a half.
Yeah, and
That is insane.
that was in like that was around the time they were winning Super Bowls, or I think it was before that. I don't know, but Strahan was cold though. But
Yeah.
all right, I got you.
Yeah, that's just for right now, even though it's week 6, because the DM position is very dominant and he's been dominant every year. So I just saw statistics. I don't know about quarterbacks. We can definitely talk about that. We should, next week dip and dive on what we think is top 5 or top 10 quarterbacks right now. I think we should write that down. I think we'll probably do it next week. We'll do that next week. And then Giannis Antetokounmpo, you already know, he's out for revenge this year. He's seeing blood in his eyes in this NBA season. So that's my guy. But with that, everybody, hopefully you guys had a great Monday, great Tuesday, great Wednesday, great Thursday, and today have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully everything is good. Continue to strive to be the best. Continue to be the best version of you. My good brother, take these beautiful people out.
Hey man, drink y'all some water and some tea, man. Boy had to get right, man. Drink y'all some water, some tea, man. Shit, kick y'all feet up, watch some sports, man. Enjoy yourselves this weekend. Eat some.
Absolutely.
Oh, don't eat no.
Absolutely.
Do not eat no Skittles. Don't eat no motherfucking Skittles.
Man, those skills are the devil. No, I'm playing. But obviously, all platforms Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Check us out. We appreciate everything that's been going on. I do for sure. And obviously, Lip appreciate you for what you've done.
Hey
We've
man.
been doing our thing on here. And obviously, with Lip, he's going to have his podcast coming back on, talking fully about NBA and those in dives of specific players and specific things that have been talked about. I've been watching this for 2 years, so it's very good. So we're just everywhere, man. But you guys have a great, wonderful Friday, great weekend. We'll see y'all, man. Peace out.
Yeah.